Hello, people of the internet. This is Alicia Letters and Plans, and I am attempting a voiceover of my weekly setup. Got my mild liner gray, my pentel sign brush, and we are in a Moleskine lined, and the cover is a Designs by Planner Perfect. I think it is size wide. Alright. I don't know what to say. Anyways, I guess I start with writing the names of the days of the week in my marker. And I kind of wanted to speed up this video, but I've been told multiple times that people enjoy watching the process, so I guess we'll let it be drawn out. Anywho, the Barbie and Ken thing, I don't know, I just liked those colors and textures and put them together, but I'm using it as a, like a pad, a spacer, something, I guess a pencil board, because some of those stickers that I've used on previous days definitely gave it some bumps. So like I said, I'm here writing the days of the week in my marker first, with that chisel tip holding it kind of sideways. I don't know, maybe that's not the right word. But as you can see, I wrote a bunch of stuff in pencil this morning, between rehearsal and service. I really usually do this backstage at church, but I guess I wanted to attempt filming it, and I don't have my setup at home, or sorry, I don't have my setup capable to take to church. So, I just kind of jotted down the day of the week, the date, and definitely stuff that's on our schedule for this week. Hopefully this week goes better than last. Last week, Hurricane Beryl basically just took out Houston. So it was a long week of doing nothing. We have solar panels and battery backups, and those kept our fridge and freezer running, and they allowed us to run the air conditioner for a few hours a day. But basically we would just try to not drain the batteries so we could make it through the night. But the rest of the city definitely did not fare very well. Generators all around us. We had some friends who were just, a hop, skip, and a jump over the fence, and they never lost power. So, we didn't lose power originally through the storm, but there was a line that came down in our neighborhood, and it was live, and it was downed over by the playground. And so the energy company came to turn that line off and ended up turning off everybody that was around the lake on our street. So we were without power Wednesday night until Saturday afternoon. We survived, thankfully. A rainstorm came through and it wasn't so blazing hot. But anywho, now I'm going in and doing the, I guess, brush lettering. I don't know what the technical term is. Brush lettering, hand lettering. It's a Pentel sign brush. I love these. The black one is my favorite. I try and keep one in every pencil bag I own. This one has been used a lot, so it's starting to die. I think later on in the video you'll see it just is a little bit lighter sometimes. Just I've used it so much. Let's see, what else can I tell you? When we did have power on Monday, on Tuesday we invited some friends over who had lost their power, and it was an experience. A family of 4 kids, and they had a foreign exchange student from Basque, Spain with them. So Lucian, my only child, had a blast. He had somebody to play Legos with and build magnet-tiles with, and then this poor exchange girl, she's been having quite the experience since she got here. But they found the soccer game and got to watch it up in our movie room, and it was just good to hear their giggles in the midst of, I don't know, the chaos that the city seems to deal with frequently. But that is a conversation for another time and place. When it comes to lettering, the letter R is interesting to me. I feel like you have to know the letter R is coming, because if you don't, the previous letter doesn't set up correctly for it. And sometimes I make my crosses on my T's really swoopy, but lately they've been kind of straight. I think because I was getting frustrated I couldn't get them to do the swooping I wanted to do. But, I don't know. Practice, apparently, is what I need to do. In there, yeah, you can see sometimes it gets pretty sloppy, and the letters aren't always the same. This is for me. It's for me to enjoy. That is one of the hardest things, is to not compare, I think, just in everything, especially with Instagram and social media. Okay, I'm old. I watch TikTok. I don't make TikToks. But my friend Christina just wrote a book, and it's called The Intentional Life. And she kind of touches on it's okay to be doing the same thing as other people. You know, if it's all for the glory, it doesn't matter how many people are doing it. You still have your part to play. Even if it seems like it's the same thing. There needs to be more than one sometimes. So here I am trying to put my lettering on the internet and share that, man, it's not perfect, but I enjoy it, so hopefully you do too. This outlining of the letters, I started randomly, I think, in the last week or two. I wish I wouldn't have not used this Pilot pen. It's the colors of the Pilot G2s. Maybe this is just my own personal problem. They're not as juicy as some other pens, and they're definitely not as juicy as the black ones, it seems. Like my black .7, I'll use it later on, is extra juicy, but this gray one is not. I kind of wish I had gone back and used, I have like a Pentel Energel that's gray, and it was nice and juicy last week. Definitely overthinking it. Yeah, I messed something up there. I wish I could outline these better. I need to get close to the page to see it, and where I have the camera set up, or how I have the camera set up, is not quite ideal. It works. Maybe I'll adjust it if I do this again. But let's see here. You guys, this is so weird. I don't know what to talk about. Watch me do things on the internet. Watch me write things with a pen. I feel like it's so boring. But going back to like the comparison thing, I really enjoy watching people do it. I love watching people set up planners. I love seeing how they do it, what they do, you know, different layouts. So I guess I should share mine. I don't know. But anyways, I was thinking about doing lettering videos, and what could I write over and over again? Like movie quotes, or the letters of the alphabet, or numbers, or Bible verses, or names. I don't know. Something to fill the time. Not like I have a ton of extra time, but some days I do. Yeah. In other news, let's see. I don't know, I live in the South, right in Houston, so that's why there's so much VBS. We have VBS like all summer, never fails. And it's always different churches. But, you know, you can drop your kid off, they'll learn some morals, and a safe condition, and usually not super expensive. What else is on there? I think on the Tuesday there I had Silent Book Club, something my church is trying, and I totally love it. I'm not sure that we'll keep doing it. We didn't have a very big turnout the last time, but it's different. In Houston, I think there's a couple different groups. You can find them on Discord. The just Silent Book Club, they meet at a couple different pubs around town. I think usually down by the Heights. And they talk about what they're reading for like the first hour. Everyone shares, and then basically you just get to sit and read. And bonus points if you're at a bar or restaurant, you get food and drink. So, let's see. Wednesday. Man, Wednesday takes forever. I really think we should just change how we spell Wednesday. I think it really should be W-E-D. Nope, not even a D. W-E-N-Z-D-A-Y. It would make life so much easier. Like it would fit in the same amount of space that the rest of the letters do. Or days of the week do, sorry. Yeah, overthinking this outlining thing. I don't know, I'll do it again. Maybe I should do it in something other than gray, but I like the gray. I like that mono look. But, anywho, more VBS. Always with the VBS. You see that weird scar on my arm? That's because I totally totaled my car, and the airbag opened and it burnt there. But anyways, moving on. Oh, apparently I forgot this line over here. This notebook is getting kind of chunky, so that interior spine is a little bit hard to reach. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Guys, I don't even know. We got our power back, so that's good. Lots of people lost so much. Mainly food. Man. Like hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of food. I really don't like being a grown-up. Shit's way too expensive, man. Like, it's almost no difference to go out and eat versus buying groceries and cooking at home anymore, it seems like. I don't know, I feel so weird to be silent. I thought about basically recording the ASMR of the markers and pens on the paper, but my kiddo is watching YouTube, and the last video I made, I had so much trouble dealing with copyright stuff. Not that I think whatever he's watching now is not probably copywritten, but when I last filmed, they were watching Star Trek Prodigy, and I thought it was faint enough, and it picked it up, and I don't know how to use my editing software, so I was like, I'll just mute the track. Well, that didn't help either. It still flagged it. So, here we are. I deleted the sound, the audio track, and now I'm attempting to do a voiceover, so you guys have something to listen to, rather than just watching somebody write stuff. I mean, that's nice and all, but sometimes the beauty of playing a YouTube video is you can look up and see what they're doing, but also you have somebody speaking or singing or who knows what. Friday, gotta get down on Friday. We were at Andy's in Cyprus, and we were playing Music Bingo, and she played Friday, and I felt so old, and then started thinking of dolphins. It's a weird hand when you just sit out the window. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're too young. But, anywho, I say anywho a lot. I'm real sorry. My speech teacher would be so very upset. I really like the letter F in lettering. I didn't used to do that top loop. Sometimes I would just start at the very top and go down. The top loop has kind of grown on me a little bit. But lettering is always evolving, always changing. And you can have so many different styles, you know. You don't have to write this letter the same way every time. Oh, goodness. Oh, okay. So down on the notes, you guys will see it later. We're heading to Dallas this coming weekend. My husband is a judge for a game called Star Wars Armada. So basically, it's a tabletop game. You play it on this table. I think it has to be something like 6 feet by 3.5 feet. And they have scale model Star Wars ships, and they are really, really detailed. And you have to roll dice and move your ships. It's basically a giant board game. But they have a big tournament in Dallas, and they're part of the, LSO? TSO? I think I got the letters wrong, but it's a big company that owns a bunch of games, and they put it on, and I think like Warhammer 40k and a couple other games will be there, and we'll be up in Dallas. So I went last year, and it was like an introvert's dream. I would bring him lunch, but then the rest of the day I got to drive around, go wherever I wanted, check all the thrift stores, the antique stores, the craft stores, and just, I didn't have anybody I needed to worry about. If I didn't like a store, I could leave right away. If I loved a store, I could stay in there for hours. It was nice. I could go back to the hotel and read. But he's busy, like, all day. I think the games start like at 10 in the morning or something, but being a judge and, my personable, cordial man. In his southern ways, likes to be down there to welcome everybody and make everybody feel comfortable, answer questions. So he goes down there earlier than when they start, obviously. And then there's always a late night. Either the games run long or, it's just the crew of guys. They really only get to talk online, so it's events like these they get to hang out. So there's usually Mexican food or pizza. So it's a good time. I'm excited to go again. It'll be a few days, so the kiddo's gonna stay with Gigi, who is my mom, and Nana, who is Ian's mom, and he'll get some good time with them. But it's a nice little drive. Okay, I keep looking back at the previous week to see, well, how did I lay stuff out, or what should I do next? Okay, see, this black pen is like way juicier than that gray pen. They're both Pilot G2s, both 07s. Not really sure what the difference is. Maybe just the consistency or viscosity in their ink. I feel like I'm using big words, but I probably am not using them correctly. Anywho, there it is again. Let's see. What else can I tell you guys? I don't know, man. Lately, as my kid has gotten older, I have really started enjoying the color pink. But not like hot pink, like Barbie pink. Like soft pink, dirty pink, dusty, rose gold kind of pinks. And it's weirding me out. Like almost all the things I buy are pink, if I have a choice. It also might be so my kid does not steal my stuff. If you're a mom, you understand. They always take your stuff. Your tape, your bag, pencil, your pen. They also like to take things like food and your energy. Alright, stickers. All of these I made myself. The one that said Bible was my own hand lettering, and I did it on the iPad and got it into Procreate and then brought it over to Silhouette, and man, that was too many steps for my liking. I'd rather just letter it by hand. But anywho, these stickers, this font I think is called Jen Plans, and I bought the file on Etsy. So she has two versions though. There's one for like personal use, and if you want to buy the font and make stuff to sell, like stickers, I think you have to buy the other one. But anywho, and I am cheap when it comes to sticker paper, so if I do this and you guys see more, most of my sticker sheets are cut up really weird because I like try and find the best way to get as many as possible on one sheet. I hate wasted sticker paper. I hate it. I hate it. I don't know. There's nothing else to say about it. But anyway, the Today Top 3 thing, didn't used to do this. I try off and on to stick with it. It really comes from, my boss is a full focus planner certified pro. So she uses the Full Focus Planner. If you really like goal setting, I highly recommend it. It's kind of similar to like the Moxie Life setup, but a little bit more, I'd say business professional looking, a little bit streamlined. But they use like the Today's Top 3 as a big thing for every day. So, I don't know. I try and get in there. Because then there are some days things have to happen on a certain day. Oh, the Bria Reese dual tip dot marker. I found these at Office Depot. I definitely like the Zig color dots more. These, that dot tip is not as flexible as the Zig, but I'm too cheap to buy the Zigs. I think I must have had a gift card or something to Office Depot when I found these. But they are dual ended, so the other end is like a fine point. They're okay. I got a jewel tone set. I think they have basics as well. But once again, doing just the top 3, boom, boom, boom. A line in between, because some days, man, you gotta write a lot. But they're okay. They're okay. I would not buy them again. I would not. No. Alright, what is next? What is next? Oh. That's like some Zig calligraphy marker that I was going to use, but then, let's see. So I grabbed my mild liner instead, and I saw what I'm about to do. I saw it, I think, on a Planning Annie video. I like her. She kind of does the same vein as if I do notebook hopping, a little bit of bullet journal, a little bit of pre-printed, some stickers, useful. Kind of makes her own planner for her job. I don't know. I enjoy watching her. She does something similar to this. Look, I can't even keep the page straight. Yes, that's my face at that. But I tried it. I kind of liked how it finished off the edges, like it encompassed the day. As you will see later, that right hand side is so open. So once again, this kind of follows back to the full focus planner setup. On the full focus, the left side has your top 3 and it'll have your schedule for the day. But that right side is all just lined notes pages. And currently I'm working for somebody as basically an assistant. And so I use that a lot to write down any either notes she sends me, Voxers or texts, or I need to do this for an email some days it's a lot and some days it's not. So having a whole page at my disposal is sometimes very beneficial. Oh goodness gracious, this is forever. Look, I'm drawing a line. It's not straight. Which I look at this and I find it funny. I'm not using a ruler here, but I will be using a ruler eventually. And I don't know why. I think sometimes it's just nice to do, the quick, I don't know. It lends a little bit of humanity to it rather than super formal, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I like the super formal, yeah. I had not been doing that line on that page on any other day. That's why I stopped. But look, can't do that corner either. Oh man. Yes, another face. Some days that just doesn't work very well. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, down there my notes say Bear's birthday. We have a friend, their kid's nickname is Bear. And sadly we missed his birthday party last year because of the tournament in Dallas. And this year it'll be the same. But just sweet friends, known them since we moved to Houston, part of the wedding, all that stuff. But life happens, and man, the older the kids get, the more crazy the schedule gets. Their friends, them, who's doing what, whose sport is what, a game, a tournament, life in general. You work and then you come home and by the end of the day you're done. It's not that you don't want to see your friends, it's that you have nothing left. Let's see, going back and kind of adding that line to the other page for continuity's sake. Let's see, 3:30 truck. Oh, I need to switch vehicles. My husband got a leveling kit for his Ram, and I guess an alignment you need to do pretty quick after you install one of those. I don't know. But every place we drove by was not open yesterday. Look, there's the ruler. I'm not measuring where I start this line or where on the page it is, which kind of bothers me as I go through it after the fact and see that it doesn't line up. But it's really just, a demarcation line. Is that right? I don't know. That I can use to schedule and time block. That is a Sharpie pen. I think that's the fine point one. I don't know. I got so many markers. Dun 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 dun. Oh, let's see. I don't know if that'll be copyright infringement. Star Wars. So this, once again, goes back to the full focus setup. And then I go in and I write the numbers. I start at 6. I don't know what time the full focus planner starts at. Maybe 5? I don't know. But, so just that line in between is the half hour. And it's not like I have a million appointments a day, but it is kind of nice to see, hey, from this hour to this hour, the kiddo is occupied here, or I need to be here, or I don't have a lot going on, but I need to know that in the middle of the afternoon I need to get my butt out of the house to be somewhere. sometimes when I'm numbering, I get to 12 and then I just keep going 13, 14, which is how numbers work, and how military time works, or 24-hour time, but my brain does not compute that at all. It's a lot harder, apparently, on the go than it really should be. Oh, sorry, the kiddo is watching something on YouTube, but let's see. What else can I tell you? I don't know how you guys do this. How you create something to talk about for so long. I feel like this is forever. Like forever. This is taking forever. And even if I didn't do a voiceover all at once, I feel like it would still take forever because there's a lot of time to fill. My name is Alicia. I really like pens and markers. And I really just like to write stuff. And it's not even that I like to write stories, I just like to write stuff down. So here I am, using pens and markers, writing stuff down. I really love how paper feels. Like when you write really hard and it gets all crinkly, crinkledy, whatever. And it gives you the bumps. It's my favorite kind of paper to like turn the pages back through. I really liked the Hobonichi paper, but none of their planner setups have worked for me. I have spent the money, I have tried, I have gone between the cousin and the weeks, and I have owned a cousin, then sold a cousin, and owned a cousin, and then sold a cousin. I think my record is like 4 in the same year. Yeah, so I did buy one, but I bought one for last year, and I've just been redating it and using it as like a memory keeper rather than a planner, because then it's like a page a day, but man, it's really expensive, page a day if you just bought it for that. But some people like it. The paper's awesome for like watercolor and fountain pen ink. The Moleskine paper's okay. I do find some stuff bleeds more than I would like it to, but at this point I need a place to have my brain on paper, and it doesn't have to be pretty in this book. This book helps it so my brain doesn't have to try and hold so much. I'm out of frame, so anywho, I'm highlighting a line to basically put dinner. And I have dinner stickers, I know, because I went and rifled through them and found them, but I didn't have enough and completely spaced, so I'm gonna just write it with my Juicy Pilot G27. Watch, am I gonna move it? Am I gonna move it? Nope, okay. I think I'll move it eventually, so you guys can see. This whole being filmed thing is still very new. I enjoy it, but it's very self-conscious. Look. Let's see. What can you guys see? Okay, so on the bottom right, it says Harley Davidson, this weird little strap thing. That came from Harley Davidson University. It either was at the Gaylord in Texas, maybe Las Vegas. My dad used to work for Harley Davidson, and they would go to a dealer meeting twice a year where they would introduce all the new bikes and the new products, and you'd get the catalogs. You know, what did you want to order for inventory in the shop? And they had special classes. And so they called it Harley Davidson University. And I guess some of the stuff is valuable. I don't know. That was some lanyard I cut up years ago. And those little astronauts under my hand. That's my kid and I. I have this Star Wars Armada box insert that is basically just black with stars. And my kiddo drew astronauts, and so I cut them out and put them underneath my plexiglass here. So it looks like we're floating in space, and I always wear my hair in a messy bun, so that's what the ball on the back of the head is with my glasses. Oh man, kids. I really like Galaxy stuff, as you can see by my mouse pad up there. Alright, I forgot what I'm doing next. What am I doing next? More stickers! Oh, okay, so here comes my job. So the full focus planner has you focus on what are your weekly big 3. So those are going to be, what are the 3 things you're going to focus on to work towards your goals that you've set for yourself for the quarter. So she'll usually tell me those so I can help her kind of stay on task. And then She also has the daily big three, like my today big three, or today's top three, sorry, and her daily big three. I try to remember to send her a text to check in at the beginning of the day, so we're both on track of what she's hoping to get done, what she needs to get done. And then I used to have more added onto that sticker, but the way I took my notes didn't work with that. So when I send her that text, the end of it is usually like, what can I take off your plate for today so that you can focus on your big three. And yeah, that's where the notes come in, the rest of that page. Just try and keep track of what she sent me or how she sent me, so we communicate via email or text, or this app called Voxer, which is kind of like a walkie-talkie system. It's cool. I get mad because it doesn't always work great with the audio in my truck, but anywho, I I failed at putting this sticker down, so I had to redo it. Okay. Sometimes I would go back and highlight these in all yellow, but that got old real quick, so they just stay white. It's kind of an awkward shaped sticker. I tried to make it so it would line up with the lines, but that's honestly just too much work. I'm not that nitpicky about it. The world won't end. Not over that. Let's see. Those are my fancy dancy tweezers. Those ones I got at Pop Shelf. I really like them. They came with this little guard that keeps the tip together, and that's what I popped off earlier in the video, with my thumb. Alright, trash and recycle. As I was putting these down, I realized, what was the point, because I'm going to be out of town when I'm supposed to put the trash and recycle out. I try and remember, but honestly, my mom is better at it. She lives with us, so sometimes she'll put it out. Sometimes. It's most times, let's be honest. Alright, Friday, yep, trash and recycle. I used to have a sticker that I would put down here, also, that was like my tracker. Like, did I take my meds in the morning? Did I take my meds in the evening? How much water did I drink? Blah, blah, blah. All the things we try and keep track of, right? But I ended up creating a different tracker. Maybe I'll show that at some point, but I didn't put it in here. I know, I put a sticker over the pencil marks, and it was bothering me the whole time, but I knew if I erased it, I would forget stuff, and I don't need that. So, I will erase it later. I don't know what this next sticker is. Is this my weekly big three? Because I don't know where to put it. Yeah, that's for my own weekly big three. That's not a great spot for it, but there it is. Back with the dot marker. Boop, boop, boop. 3 dots. Okay. Is this the part where I get to filling in stuff? I kind of like doing that. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. This is a really long part. I must have gone to change over the laundry. Oh look, there we go. Okay. So, I don't do a lot of color coding, but I don't know, some days my brain needs it. This is the VVS. And I use blue because my kid's favorite color is cyan. This is not cyan, but it's blue. Right, and sometimes I wipe it off just so it'll dry a little bit better and quicker. But, Lucian and Easton, right? So Lucian's my kid, Easton is our neighbor kid who we share a fence with. And we have a gate, and his parents leave for work really early, so he's over at our house in the morning. We carpool them to school, and since his parents work year-round, he comes and hangs out with us most of the time in the summer. Let's see. Oh, yep, there's that get the truck alignment appointment. Cannot forget that. I don't know, adding a dot there was kind of different. Maybe we'll see if I check it off. I don't care. My BFF Joe. Do you guys remember that commercial? I don't even know what it was for. Dun dun dun. Oh, look. Yep. I added a little circle around it. I don't know what to talk about. I know. I've already said that. Thank you. I'm sure if you're keeping count by now, I would have failed. Let's see. Oh, the yellow. So, my boss, she loves the color yellow. Yellow is the logo, the little sun. And currently I'm also working another job. That's why that blue is over there, but I'm just trying to keep it off to the side. But I need to remember to go to the bank because the hurricane took out all the power, so I couldn't go to the bank. Blah, 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 blah. So I need to do it. And then I know there's already a task on my to-do list for my other job that I just don't want to forget. So I try and write stuff on Monday. That's usually where I carry over things that didn't get done from the week before. Here we go, another box. Boop, 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 boop. Once again, that whole, like, I would like a straight line, but I just, it gets to be, daunting isn't the right word. Monotonous? I don't know. And then when you, like, use a ruler, and, you know, you're using it, you're running your marker or pen along the edge of it, and then it gets all inky. So then you gotta pick it up just right so the ink doesn't get all gross on your page, and then you gotta wipe it off. And inevitably, it's always some ridiculous color, and I wipe it somewhere that's not great. But, yes, lunch with Melissa. I need to text her. There's just this friend, and I've worked with their kids as a student leader, and, you know, we never get to talk more than a couple words. So, there's that silent book club. This is just the part going in and filling in all the things I know for the week. I cannot stand it to do it the night before. Like, I like to set up my whole week at once. Granted, things will come up and I'll have to add stuff, you know, the night before. But I want to know, like, okay, Monday through Thursday, the kids are at VBS. I want to know that so I can try and plan my other work around it. I really just need to make a sticker of their names, I think. If I would have planned this better, I should have made stickers for VBS that I could just use all summer. Let's see, what is this? Oh, book club. So usually we don't have book club twice a week. This book club was supposed to happen the Monday night that Hurricane Beryl hit. And so obviously it got rescheduled. It got rescheduled, I think, 2 different times. There's the July calendar, making sure it got stuff. Let's see, what else do I add in here? I don't even know. I'll leave for Dallas, I think is what I'm writing. I haven't quite figured out the best angle for that yet, for you guys to watch me write stuff at that level. I don't know, I got this fancy schmancy camera off Amazon, and it's like a little arm, like those crazy lights. Can't find my markers to save my life. I always gotta post up, otherwise they don't feel long enough. Do you guys know what post is? I feel like I learned it in the fountain pen community. We put the cap on the end. It's called post, I think. Posting. But, I don't know. Anyways, kind of the messy outline again, like with the outline of the page. Just a messy bubble. It's just enough to make it look a little bit different. And then go over it with a pen. I felt like the more fancy pens I tried to use, the more the setup felt like a chore than an enjoyment. I don't know if that makes sense. But, okay. Apparently I'm going to write it bigger now because I don't have anything I have to do on Friday except be in Dallas. There it is, the Pentel Sign Brush Pen. I think they do make it in various tips. But I bought mine, I think I bought the first couple at Little Craft Place, which is a place here in Texas. I guess it's technically in Cypress, but maybe Spring. They sell them individually. They have colors there. Really go check them out. littlecraftplace.com. Extraordinarily amazing people, amazing community. You also can order the pen on Amazon. You can order it by the box on Amazon, which is pretty sweet. If you use it as much as I do, that probably is the better way to go economically. But, anywho, more and more lettering. I just have notebooks full of randomly lettered stuff. Oh, so I was attempting to teach a class on how to letter. I don't think that's for me, the whole teaching thing. But I was telling him, like, you would practice your lettering. And one of my favorite things to do is basically just have a notebook and the pen and then sit in a room and write what you saw. So, like, I have pages filled with words like lamp, armchair, light bulb, pillow. Like, this the stuff you see, because you're really just trying to practice words. You don't have to write some, theologian's quote or some spectacular thing. You're just trying to get the motion and the pressure down. Right? You could write your grocery list in lettering just to make sure you get the letters down, the patterns. So, I don't know. I don't know why I told you that. Maybe you'll find that helpful. I can't decide how to make my S's. That S with the big loop on the bottom feels the best, but it doesn't always fit well. Or look right. The kind where, like, you do a little bar over and it's like a little fat pudgy S that doesn't go past that bottom line. I have never been a fan of that S at all. I try it over and over again, but who knows, maybe one day I'll change my mind. Dun dun dun. More outliney squigglies. This is the only part where that Pilot G2 isn't really juicy, and I think it's probably because the marker is still, that ink is still wet, so it kind of messes with the ink coming out of the pen. Alright, back to the beginning. Ah yes, the erasing. And I know I wrote or markered over some of the pencil, so it's not gonna come off super great, but it worked. Things got written down, things got remembered. 'Tis the goal. I thought about bringing out my little desk vacuum sweeper thing, but meh. I couldn't tell you where that is at the moment. Let's see, what is that? Erasers. Is it a Pentel, I think? Just the white rubber erasers. Those are the bomb. I don't know what we were doing with those pink ones in school all those years ago. Do you guys remember the one that was like half white and half gray? Or half blue? And it claimed it could erase ink. That was a bunch of bull poop. That did not work well. I've seen them for sale places and I just want to, cry for whoever ends up with them because they were terrible, terrible erasers. Okay. I don't remember what I was doing. Don't ask. Oh, yeah. I had written down places I went last year that I wanted to go to in Dallas, and I wanted to remember, and before I forgot, I wanted to write it down. There's this really cool thrift store. I think it was called, I wrote it down, St. Vincent de Paul, St. Paul de Vincent, something like that. I just liked it. I liked the way the store was set up. I liked the pricing, and it was kind of big, and I didn't find it until basically the end of our trip last time. So I'd like to try and get there sooner in the weekend rather than later. And then the other place, there is this antique joint, and if you live in Dallas and know what I'm talking about, you should totally tell me. It was a brown building, and it was close to like a strip center, and it just said antique. I don't think it had any fancy name. But I wanted to go back, and because they had, last year, it was a vending machine that they used to attach to a wall. Okay, remember the old vending machines for tampons and pads in the ladies' room, the old metal ones? They had one for ballpoint pens, and I thought it was amazing, but it was like $150, which I felt was like way too pricey, and also we didn't have that kind of money to just blow on something like that. But if I could find where it is and they still had it, maybe I could ask them if they would take less money, because it's been sitting here for a year, I can tell you that. But I don't know what it's called. Maybe I'll try to investigate more. I've been Googling, looking at the pictures of front of buildings, hoping maybe I'll come across it. But anyways, who needs a packing list? I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to take up the page because there wasn't anything there. Oh yeah, we have some random cash set aside and I don't want to forget it because, hello, that's the fun money. and books to read because I will be able to just chill in a hotel in silence. And I'm super excited. I'll probably take a nap more than I'll read, but meh. Alright, I think I tried to zoom out, get higher, but then my camera was set up. It didn't work super great. Okay, here we go. Here's the week setup so far. I know you guys can't see all of it at once, and that's kind of frustrating, but forgive me, okay? I'm new to this. Leave for Dallas, be in Dallas, go to these places, bring this stuff, ta-da! And then I think I wanted to go back over and outline the letters. I don't know why. I like it, but I don't love it. I think I need to fine-tune that one some more. I think I just used a marker or a pen. I don't know. It'll be a surprise. We'll see what happens. What comes on the screen. Then 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 1.5, 1.25. There. Oh, no. Alright. A tab. So here's like the sticker paper, okay? I hate that it goes to waste. And then you have to have so much margin for your machine to read the little... Oh my gosh, I totally forgot what they're called. The little box that the laser scans so it knows where to cut. I don't know, I save them. It's like 1.5 inches, on some sides, and I just save it, and so I use them as tabs. In my planner, in my little planner bag, I have a bunch kind of pre-cut that I use. And I really, really, really like tabs. I love writing on the tabs. I think they're fun to look at the start of a book. Dakshina, Daksina. She puts tabs on like everything, and it makes my heart happy. Like when you see those ladies with like the rumpled up old Bibles that have the books with the Bible tabs, and it's like well lived in and well worn, like comfy jeans or like your favorite tote bag. It makes my heart happy. Oh yeah, and my sticker ripped, so I had to kind of fix it. Ta-da! Look at that. Good as new. And with the dot marker, boop, boop. And it's much, much inkier on that paper than it is on the notebook paper. Look, there it is. Ta-da! Dallas packing list with a smiley face. Okay, so I did come back in with the Sharpie pen. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not in love with it, guys. I'm going to try it again. But, anywho. I probably should add things like, my toothbrush and like clothes. Ooh, you know what I need to add? I need to add bagels and squeezable peanut butter. Because having that in the hotel room was great. It didn't need a toaster. I didn't need to have this big messy knife. It was great. And I could, make a bagel and put it in my bag if I was driving around the city. Oh, and Coke for the man and Pop-Tarts. I probably should go write this down, but here I am, watching myself write something else. Anywho, my kid came in and said he was hungry, rightfully so. It's like 5:40. I need to go cook dinner. Finish doing things. Okay, is that it? Is that it? I think it is. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yay! Alright guys, bye.